Hi quilting friends, I'm Edyta Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. Welcome to Quilting Window Live. It's Thursday and I am so thankful that you tune in to be with us for this wonderful show. And do I have an amazing show for you guys? As you can tell, I'm all in the spirit of Memorial Day. It's on Monday. It's going to be a nice long weekend. We're going to remember all of the wonderful, wonderful people that have fought for this country, for the freedom of this country. I'm super excited and looking forward to spend this weekend with my family and enjoy some time for sewing, eating, and remembering because in our family, in Sitar family, we have quite a few Army and Navy members. So we like to look at back those pictures and remember those wonderful, wonderful men and women that have fought for this country. I hope you are planning a wonderful weekend for you. Please, if you need anything, you can enjoy some fun things on Laundry Basket Quilts website for the Memorial Day weekend. It's a little late to make projects and have them ready, but during Memorial Day weekend, I like to sit down and sew, and you know me. As I sew, I say my prayers, I say my thank you, and I take the time off quilting and sewing to sit back and relax a little bit and slow down that busy life that we all have it. And speaking of busy life, wow, guys, what a wonderful last weekend. We had incredible weekend. We had a wonderful class, Mini Pinehurst. This is the pattern that we used in a class, and there were multiple kids. This class was exclusive class to the members that signed up for the class. If you have not received our door prizes, yes, during a virtual class, we have wonderful door prizes. One of the things that we have looked at how to make was this little pincushion with a tree on it. Another fun thing, I want to show you what we did, just few blocks. Another fun thing that we added to our quilt and everybody got a nice free recipe for it was this cute little house that goes perfectly with our little trees. And then we went and made all this fun trees. The class was packed with fun, excitement, and we talked about the relation between nature and quilting and how both of those things are impacting our mental health and how they're impacting our daily lives and how they inspire us, because nature reflects through quilting all the time. At least for me, either is the color or is the inspiration of the pattern, like the beautiful tree. And notice this cute tree we have made. This one is from a scrappy panel, just sewed little strips together, and this one is from our pre-printed patchwork panel. And speaking of patchwork panel, this one had an 8-point star, and today I have a really cool surprise for you. As you know, right now, how we do the shows, we talk about anything that is new from Laundry Basket Quilts. Then we're gonna move on to learning how to make basic 8-point star, and I prepare 2 ways with half square triangles, no Y seams, and a second option, Y seams and setting quarter square triangles. And I hope you wanted to join us and see this. It's going to be really fun to see the back of the block, how I push the seam allowances, and what are the pluses and minuses between those two techniques. So stay tuned, keep watching, because we love having you, and I'm going to treat you for some fun tips on 8-point stars. And speaking of 8-point stars, and fun tips and the scrappy panel, do you guys remember we are doing our contest? So many of you are sending pictures with the panel put into a project, from quilts to bags to somebody sent the cutest little cover for the sewing machine. Keep making your project, keep sending. Our next shipment is on the way. We're going to be shipping it beginning of June. And once you receive your fabric, keep making your projects and keep sending us pictures of your quilt tops, all completely finished projects, any size. And in September, we're going to have a huge contest. You're going to win a lot of fun door prizes. So keep making those. If all that you have to do is just use that pre-printed patchwork panel from Dahlia collection. in your project. If you want it, you can add more dahlia fabrics. If you want it, you can add scraps from laundry basket. But the one thing that we require is that you have the dahlia pre-printed panel with the stars in it. So, and that's this fabric that I use for this cute bag. And yes, we have some kits with some of those pre-printed panels on our website too. So go ahead and join us in for this fun event. Now, if you wanted to sign up for class and you missed last Saturday class, do not worry. We're getting ready to prepare another class. We're going to announce the class next week, and it is so beautiful. Oh, guys, it is going to be so much fun. And with that one, we're going to be talking about some fun things too. So stay tuned for a new virtual class, and we will have all the details during our live show next Thursdays, as well as on our blog. Now, for this class, unfortunately, you cannot buy this class anymore. This was just for the members, but you can get the patterns, you can get the kit, and we also have the cutest little acrylic templates if you like those little trees. So go ahead, enjoy those, and in our class, always in the end, I treat you guys for something fun. So this time we had 2 patterns that we give it away with the class to give our customers additional fun informations and inspiration, and then a lot of nice tips. So it's worth it to sign up for the classes. Now, when it comes to Memorial Day weekend, I love to decorate with beautiful red and blue and white quilts. And I have a lovely trunk show for you. And today, on the top of my trunk show, I have quilts that are already made with red, blue, and white. But in the bottom of the trunk show, I pulled some quilts that you have not seen lately. I thought I'm gonna surprise you guys with those. And when we look at through those quilts, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to take a blue quilt, add a touch of red to it, and create beautiful patriotic quilt. Because I know so many of you have lovely blue collections that I have released, from Beach House to Blue Sky to Perfect Union. All of those gorgeous collection, if you add a little touch of red to it, gonna be just perfect for Memorial Day, 4th of July weekend. So I would love for you to enjoy them. So that's our trunk show. Can't wait to show it to you. Now, recently, I got an email about this wonderful, wonderful girl that is teaching young girls how to sew during 4-H. And I don't know if you guys know this, but a long time ago when I lived in Pennsylvania, I was a judge for 4-H students, and I love seeing what the girls will make. And immediately when this young woman contacted me, I was like, perfect. Do you know what pattern she chose to teach the girls? She chose the Made in USA pillow pattern. That pattern comes inside our little kits. So if you are a beginner or advanced and you need a quick projects to learn, to teach, to enjoy, decorate for the holidays, this actually is a really good one. So as we were emailing back and forth, I thought I have to remind you guys of this one. So Made in USA, one of my favorites. I'm gonna save this one on the top of my table for one of our door prizes, because I think it's gonna be so much fun for you to make those. Now, another fun project is our curl quilt. Yes, and guess what? We're starting our curl quilt-along on the 27th. What it's next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we're starting curl quilt-along. All videos are done. I'm ready for you guys. I did all the step-by-step. Quilt was finished. I posted today how I was quilting the quilt. I hope you join us. You can still do it. Go to our website, grab the kit. Even if the kit comes a little bit later, you can watch the video. You can get mentally prepared what we're doing. It's so simple. I broke the quilt to 4 sections of blocks. So for example, week 1, we're making block 1, 4, and 5. We skipped 2 and 3 because we're gonna do that next week. I grouped them in a nice group that would be nice and easy for you to achieve this quilt. It is such a beautiful quilt, and it honors my mother-in-law Carol that has been just incredible for me in quilting. So pattern and the kit are available on our website. Order. You can also use your own fabric, so you can go ahead, just order PDF pattern. We have PDF patterns and regular paper patterns, and you can go ahead use your own fabrics. And as long you putting reds and pinks and blues in the right places, you're gonna get incredible results. We do have this lovely border, so you can buy that as a yardage and just add it to the fabrics that you have. And I know you have beautiful fabrics in your stash, because I know your stash is full of laundry baskets fabric. And speaking of laundry basket fabrics, please remember we have pre-cuts for our Lighthouse collection, and this is a jelly rolls. Those are 2.5 inch. There are 40 strips in this roll. Some of the fabric repeats because there is less of fabrics in a collection, so there's some doubles. For example, this one right here. So look at how pretty the shading it is. And you know, with a roll like this, you just get a roll, sew the fabrics together, put the lights in between the blues and reds, and you can have a beautiful table runner with just the strips. There would be enough for what I would do is, with the fabric, sew off my fabric, split it in four. I would have 4 table runners. One for me, the 10 inch, because the width of fabric is 40 inches. Do you see how my brain works? I rather want to share, because if I have 4 table runners, I have 1 for myself and 3 for my BFFs or my kids. So right there, I know I put my BFFs in front of my children, because my girls, my friends, love when I make them a table runners. So getting a jelly roll, sewing together, and then when you go to maybe a picnic for Memorial Day, or you seeing family, or remembering somebody, you can bring them a nice table runner, and that would be just lovely. And if you don't have time, you can give them IOU and make the table runner later on. I'm gonna save one of those jelly rolls to share with you. And if you wanna see how I make those table runners, I maybe show it to you next week on our live show. So simple. So simple. You can take any jelly roll, sew it up, and if you are good to me, I'm gonna be good to you. I'm gonna give you a little free pattern on our website for that. Super fun and simple, especially for jelly rolls. Now, small projects are just adorable, and I love this quilt. It's first one in our trunk show, and this one has 6 little flags from our Made in USA. It's so adorable. Those strips are 1 inch, finish 1/2 inch. It's so delicate, so fun, and I quilted it with just a simple braids back and forth to give it like a wave look to this project. I'm gonna still save it on the top of our trunk show. It's gonna be perfect cue for me to start telling you about those beautiful quilts. If you want to make this one, we do have Made in USA mini kit as well as Made in USA pattern. The kit includes all your fabrics for the quilt top plus your binding. Then pattern has all the directions for that smaller size of 22 3/4 by 25.5. Now, speaking of those quilts that I have in the bottom here, where you just add a little red to it, I made the Dallas quilt with beautiful blue and light kit. And I did the Dallas quilt, and I named the quilt Dallas for one of my very, very favorite people in the service. Dallas that is the husband of Cindy, and Cindy is one of our girls in customer service, and Dallas has been serving in the Navy for many years, and we were so lucky, Aaron and myself and Michael, we were so lucky to witness his retirement from the Navy. And look at this. All that I did is when I made his quilt, I used the blue and white fabric, and I took those red stars and added to it, and quickly the quilt became so much more patriotic and meaningful than just being in blue. So the touch of red just shows the warmth of the heart. The importance of the red in the quilt was so nice. So that one is super fun. And this one, no white seams. So today's technique would definitely prepare you for that quilt, because we're gonna look at it at quilts that do not 8-point star, that you don't have to do the Y seams. Sky and a Sea is another beautiful design, and this time just this basic design. All that I did, add a little red to it, and look at how right away it changes the look for this quilt. 5 fabrics, accent of scrappy reds. There are 10-inch squares, so you have a nice variety. Another fun pattern and a fun kit that we have available on our website. I think this one is the one that I have to make it this year. I have it in just blue and light, but every time I look at this design, it's so fun, and it is based on half square triangle. So again, 8-point stars in here, but no Y seams at all. Super, super fun. Now our Carol quilt has little sister called Prairie Rose. Prairie Rose is a simple, beautiful design with just the flowers on it. So nice, and we have a beautiful quilt kit made from our Lighthouse collection. So if you would like to, you can go ahead to our website at laundrybasketquilts.com and get one of those kits. This quilt is 76 by 76 and has an inner border and outer border. Now, smaller projects are always my favorite for any weekends and holidays, because I can scatter them around the house, and every time I decorate with my table runners by just adding a bowl of apples, a beautiful bouquet of flowers, it just like lifts it up, the whole look of the table. So table runners, table toppers, I love to use squares. So our Virginia Star is a cute little project. It's only 28 by 28, and that one fits perfectly on a square table or round table right in the center, all small wall hanging. So simple to do it. We have the pattern as well as we have the kit, and we including right now the smaller stars into the for the background right here, and you fit 4 of them instead of just 1. So remember that, and you can go ahead and fussy cut them by using a ruler and just placing over your stars. Some of the points on the outside would get melt into the binding, but do not worry about that. It's still gonna look just stunning. Now in the 4th of July pattern and kit, you have enough fabric for 3 table runners. So with one kit, you can make 3 options, and I have one of those table runners down under all these cute little items. I'm gonna show it to you in just a little bit, but this one celebrates a 4th of July as well as Ohio Star blocks. Super fun, nice and simple. And speaking of table runners and small projects, I have to tell you, I love this book right here, the table stick. Tabelastic. I keep saying this wrong, and forgive me, it's just because I'm bilingual. It's by Doug Lakow. I know Doug for a long, long time, and he designed 3 books. There is 1, 2, and 3, and every book has the most beautiful table runners, and you can change the colors. See, he has all different scraps, but if you wanted something patriotic, look at how cute this one is. I really, really like his books. Easy direction, so fun, and shows you how to make nice table runner, table toppers, smaller project. Can you make a bigger quilt out of this design? Absolutely. You just have to make more of the blocks, set it up, and it would be beautiful to have it on the top of your table. So those are so nice, such a wonderful books. We do have them on our website, and we have all 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. If you never try with one. You're gonna fall in love, and you're gonna want to make many of the table runners from his patterns. Now And I don't often recommend other patterns, but this one, this book, and the patterns in it are just amazing. If I would do a book like that, I would have looked at our fabrics called Winter Blues, Winter Lights, and our heartwarming reds. I have also here blushing lights, but it has a little tint of pink in it, what it's beautiful. Winter blues, winter lights, heartwarming reds, and blushing lights are those four bundles that I would have go ahead and looked at it. And on our website, the bundles are open so you can see it exactly what colors we included in those bundles. We curate them every week, just about every week. I go downstairs, I look at through the bundles because the girls are cutting them all the time. And when I look at through the bundles, if I want to switch something, I do it because I love to surprise you. And every time we do the bundles, I put something new and exciting in them. So this morning, that's what I was doing before the show. I checked the bundle and I tweaked some new things into it, so you have a beautiful, beautiful bundles for your quilts. Those bundles have 12 fat quarters in it, and with every fat quarter, you have a beautiful design of from light blue to dark blue. If it's just lights, winter lights have a touch of blue in it. Blushing pinks have a touch of pink in it, and the reds have pinks through red. So you have a nice spectrum of color, perfect for any wonderful projects. And speaking of wonderful projects, I love making smaller projects, and you guys love bags. And I did show you this before, and we have kits for those one. The kit includes even your bedding, what we don't include often, but for this bag, you need that pre-printed panel, beautiful pink accent, nice inside of the bag, because you want it to be beautiful inside. Look at how in this one I'm using this beautiful blue, and all that you have to do, use directions from our pattern for the medium size bag. The medium is 18 by 18. Start cutting, and I'm try to center, but sometimes I don't center my panel. I try to reuse anything I can. It's this little 9 patches, maybe only on one side of the bag, but I'm trying to make it as fun as possible and quilt. We have 2 right now in stock. One has the compass block. Everywhere I went when we were on our trip in Hawaii for the triathlon with my kids, I was walking with my bag and people were grabbing and asking where can they buy the bag. So I can tell you, if we make one of those bags, you're gonna be the star of the grocery store. Don't go even visit to the grocery store because people are gonna be stopping you. You're not gonna be able to get your groceries done because they're gonna wanna know where you got your bag because it looks so nice. So another fun pattern, I'm gonna bring those out and you're gonna see the quilts in a moment, as well as we do have kits on our website. Cranberry chain is one of our most popular because it's very, very simple, and we have 3 sizes in this pattern: large, medium, and small. And what is fun about it, by just adding blue 9 patches, you immediately have a patriotic quilt. Willow Creek, another one that is just beautiful. Simple blue strips with a little bit light in between. I chose this one because I know with a row of stars here or there, you can immediately have a patriotic quilt, and it is one that you can make it over the weekend. Now, Liberty Star is behind me. It's gonna take a tiny bit more work, but it's so simple. No Y seams. All that I did is big wedges of this shape right here, and I use our Alaska ruler to cut it, or you can get a template, match to the paper template, then it's in the pattern. Little Bear, you didn't see it for a while, and I pulled this quilt. Is big, is beautiful. I love using this one in our household. This one is 86.5 by 86.5, and it has great space to add pre-printed stars right here between those Irish chain beautiful designs, or maybe something lovely inside those area right there. I also pulled this pattern because I know so many of you got excited about our applique blocks last week, and you were asking like, can I make this bigger? Where can I find a sashing? What about put the applique blocks right here? Wouldn't that be fun? Really nice pattern. True North is a wonderful design, looks great in blue and light, but with a touch of red. Just wait, you're going to love it. Now, Freedom Star would be the first one I'm gonna be showing you right here, right after the antique quilt, and it's still my favorite. And again, no Y seams, just a little bit of strip piecing for the points right here, nice blue stars for the center, and you are good to go. Now, if you ever needed to add a little bit of silhouettes to your quilts because you want, and I'm gonna set this to the side because I thought with the one quilt that has just strip, Willow Creek, I thought, oh, some applique in red, that would be stunning. So maybe a package like this, and this is pre-cut applique silhouettes. You have an idea of the branch, it's right here on the cover. If you want it, you can set it up into a wreath. This is a wonderful package because it's generic package. You can really do whatever you want to with it. Branches with 2 leaves and a little circle as a flower. This one is very fun to add to any quilts. And if you don't have time to cut your own fabric, our Pillow Talk has a beautiful Liberty pillow design. It's just a flag, perfect for a pillow design for your couch. Now, so many of you are working on your mother's love. Look at this kit. This is such a beautiful kit. It's English paper piecing. I'm already seeing the center appearing in social media. I'm working through it, and in fact, it's going with me this weekend. I'm gonna be doing some hand stitching when I'm sitting and visiting with my kids, and I think this quilt is just wonderful for your slow stitching. It's not gonna happen overnight. I'm gonna keep remind you about it, keep pushing you to get the kit, start it up. It's gonna take you a little bit time. It's gonna take me a little bit of a time, but I love this quilt because it slows me down and I can sit and stitch and enjoy a little bit of quiet time. The kit is huge, includes all of the fabrics that you need, does not include the papers that you need. So the hexagon paper is on our website. You can get it right there, or maybe use your favorite one. Now, adding red stars to your projects, to blue and white projects, that is the way to sparkle up a little bit and add a little bit of nice red touch. I'm gonna keep them right here because I'm gonna referring to them as I'm showing you quilts, how you can tweak your regular blue and white pattern for nice patriotic patterns. Now on the table, I kept 2 wonderful notions. This was so helpful last weekend on Saturday when I had to press my seams. I set this down and it kept my seams so beautifully nice and crisp. And speaking of crisp, thank you for all the lovely comments, how much you're loving crisp, to spray your fabric, that it's not too stiff, but it gives you the most beautiful finish for your blocks. And by the way, when I was working on my 8-point star for you guys, it was so helpful. I loved it because I kept everything beautiful and organized. And also, this is great when you press it to put in the middle so your centers of your blocks lay nice and flat. This is a little smaller, so I use it when I'm doing smaller seams and more mini quilts, but it does work all smaller piecing. It works so nice. All that you need, it doesn't have to be really heavy. It's just you want to keep the heat a little bit longer under there to allow it to like set in your seams. So those are really fun. Now if you need an extra storage, for your rulers, this small little make space ruler rest. We have it on our website, and what I love it is that this is all made in USA. We have somebody making those for us, and yes, we're restocking our foot pedal holder. It is so cool. I know we sold out for a little bit, but we just put another order in, and our guy, his name is Steve, is making those for us. So, and they're just lovely. When you look at the quality, the feel of the wood, not too much finish on it, just perfect. It feels so beautiful and natural in your space. I was trying to remove things off the stable runner so you see how pretty it is. Can we see this, Michael?
Not over there.
Not over here? All right, I'm gonna bring it closer to us, and that is gonna allow me to show you and remind you guys, we have Fat 8s in our puppy collection. We have Fat 8s in our beautiful, beautiful Lighthouse collection. I have to tell you, just wait and you see the next group of fabrics. They're coming so beautifully. Today I got my swatches for our next winter Christmas collection. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm so excited for you guys. It's gonna be perfect. So if you would like to, we have so many lovely fabrics, and we are extremely thankful that you choose us to purchase your fabrics, because you could go anywhere. So this is why I work so hard to make sure that I don't only provide you with the fabrics, but I also give you as many quilting idea as I can. And just wait, we have some brand new things coming out. And speaking of brand new things, I hope you're gonna join us for our mystery quilt. Yes, end of August, we have a mystery quilt. There are multiple color options. Go to our website. I can't show you the design, but I guarantee you that if you do the mystery quilt with us, you learn something that you have not yet learned before. Because I'm gonna use our mystery quilt to teach you something to make your quilt bigger or smaller. Just wait. It is amazing. You have asked me so many times about it. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but we keep getting the same question. So I thought, let's do mystery quilt. We make a beautiful quilt, and with it, we're gonna learn some wonderful things, how we can adjust the size of our quilt. So it's gonna be fun. For the mystery, I recommend half-yard bundle of any collection. I want you to be flexible. If you run out of one fabric, it's okay, because in a half-yard bundle, you have so many beautiful fabrics. You can use something different. I'm gonna be showing all different color options. I'm gonna talk you through, and then I'm gonna show you a scrappy option that you can just dive into your stash, create this something that you can make your blocks from it and reuse all those scraps. But I have to tell you, I heard that when you open the scrappy drawer or basket and you make a quilt, for some reason there is still more fabric. They're like multiplying in those scrappy drawers. So warning for you, there may be multiple quilts you're gonna have to make once you open the drawer. But speaking of multiple quilts, our next class is going to be based on scraps, or you can get the bundles from us, but it's going to be a fun scrappy quilt. You've seen the antique quilt before. We're thinking about the 6-patch for our next class, our virtual class. I think you guys will really, really love it, and it's something brand new. We just finishing the pattern, like I said, so should be fun. Now, I keep being pulled towards this bundle, and guess what? It's you're gonna wait just tiny bit more, but we're gonna be getting this in July. This is our fabric call sewing bird. It is so beautiful. And for our mystery quilt, we have 2 pre-cut options. So what that means is that you do not have to cut your own fabrics. You just purchase the pre-cut kit, and all that we do is ship it to you just before the mystery starts. We are planning to start shipping our Poppy Seat 1 in the next 2 to 4 weeks. So it's gonna be like end of June that you will be receiving that one, and our sewing bird we are planning to be shipping beginning of August. So that way you be ready, set, go. And we have two options, the sewing bird and the poppy seed for our mystery quilt. You do not, if you're doing pre-cut kit, you do not need extra fabrics for backgrounds. For if you're doing half yard bundle, the recipe calls for 4 extra background fabrics, because some bundles, like this bundle, is so generous with light. But for example, our lighthouse has some light, but it could use a little bit more. Our twinkle doesn't have any light, so you for sure gonna need extra light. So something to think about it. Make sure you have plenty of light fabric in it. I love our bundles. The fabric is just beautiful. I know why you guys don't want to unpack the bundles sometimes, and you just use them as part of the decorations in your sewing room, because they're just lovely. So nice. So if you're getting bundles, get 2. One to decorate and one to play with me. Please, I love playing with you. I love quilting with you, and I'm super excited about it. And speaking of quilting with you, we have a block of the months, and I just want to remind you guys, and we already received the pre-cut kit for this one. This is gonna be starting in July. This one calls Michigan, and it's cut from the Beach House collection. It is gorgeous, guys. Everything perfectly pre-cut for you. You're gonna be doing this one for 12 months. In the end, you're gonna get a border and a binding. It is stunning. If you want a gorgeous quilt, go to our website, grab the sign up for your block of the month, and every month you can make blocks. Now I noticed something. You could add stars into this quilt if you want it. The simple blocks, the plain blocks, are right here, and they are your last month. So if by the last month you're like, oh, I wish I had this pre-printed panel and want to add this to my block of the month, you can do that. Just go get the panel fabric, stash it, and then when it comes to put quilt together, maybe you change your mind and you want to do a patriotic, or you maybe want a ring of stars all the way around instead of the borders that we provided to you. You can do that too. Once you sign up for your block of the month, you would receive everything that is on the picture on our website. So blocks, pre-cut, border, and a binding. Now, our Pinehurst regular size, and now no excuses. After the class you took, you know how to make this quilt. We have a beautiful block of the month starting in August, and this one is from our sewing basket collection. Then the next one is our blue and light Alaska. It is dreaming. If you ever love the Alaska design, this one is so beautiful. Don't miss out. We have limited amount of them, and we have a cap. So once we sell out of the block of the month, you will not be able to sign in or get this kit. So please sign up if you would like one of those. And this one starts in September. Now, in July, we also have this beautiful block starting. So easy. Every block is just a beautiful pineapple block, nice big pieces, beautiful size, pre-cut for you. So all that you have to do is start using the technique in the pattern, piecing from the center, building it up, and for 9 months building the blocks. We have that one available on our website, and right now so much buzz about this one. This is our Anna's basket made with our gorgeous collection called Farmer's Daughter. If you would like this one, sign it up. We had this quilt as a block of the month a few years ago in a seamstress collection. It was so successful. So many of you have been asking for it, waiting for it. We're now gonna put out as a brand new block of the month, but in a new collection called Farmer's Daughter. Now, the most popular, and I understand why, it's the Stars Upon Stars. And with this block of the month, we're gonna do this for 15 months. So it's a commitment, but guess what? There's not gonna be easy, but I'm gonna make it as easy as possible for you guys. Starting with providing you two pattern options. Pattern A, traditional Y seams. Pattern B is half square triangles, so no Y seams for the blocks. So I cannot wait to make this one with you. And today I want to open your eyes and just show you a little bit the differences between Y seams, no Y seams. So I hope you signing for this one. Again, this one, because it's scrappy, we had to put a cap on it. We're almost sold out of that one, but keep going, keep signing up, and then once we achieve our numbers, we're gonna start choosing and picking fabrics, and I'm making the quilt as well with you guys. So I will be choosing and picking every block. The colors will be the same, fabrics will vary gently because this one was done long time ago and I have brand new fabrics that I want to share with you. So I'm gonna tap into that and some of my personal favorites. So super fun, lots of nice blocks of the month that are coming out, and we will announce our Farmer's Daughter blocks of the month later on. And thank you to everyone that signed up for our blocks of the month. Now, I don't want to forget, when you're decorating, you want to have a beautiful kitchen towels, and one of my favorites are the patriotic towels, and I'm packing those with me to go because I want to make sure my kids have beautiful towels that they can hang around their kitchen. Look at this cutie. Oh, I love this one. How beautiful and so nicely done. And just so you guys know, all of this printing happened right here in our studio. So when you're purchasing our towels, you supporting the jobs that we create right here in our studio. And I'm very proud of that we can do that. And just want to remind you guys that many of our girls that work in our studio are military members, spouses, and we're so thankful that they come and help us fill their daily orders and support our little business to enjoy and do some fun quilting with you. So very, very thankful for that. Nice fun kitchen towels, but I can tell you're ready for your star. So first of all, when you're creating a star, you want to make sure you have a nice needle and you want to have a nice thread. Orifil threads are great. Wonderful threads, nice and thin. I would go weight 50, low thinner maybe, really nice because you have a lot of seams coming together, so creating a bulk sometimes makes it a little tough. So let's start with a little fun sample. If you want it, you can grab something like this, what it's a charm pack. Your diamonds will not repeat because you don't have enough of the same color, but with a charm pack you can cut up bunch of diamonds, bunch of backgrounds, there is enough nice lights, and you can have your practice pieces, and they can be in beautiful blue and reds. Perfect for maybe smaller project like a table runner. The block that I'm gonna be working with it is a 6-inch finish block, and I'm gonna give out to you the recipe for this block. So let me tell you, as I'm doing the pieces, I'm gonna give you the recipe how I cut it, all right? And how I cut is I use a rotary and a ruler. I did not use templates for this one. For my diamonds, I cut a strip that it's 1 3/4, and then I put a 45-degree angle and cut it, measuring from here to here, 1 3/4, and this is how I cut my diamonds. If you want to see more cutting, please visit my YouTube channel for a basic 8-point star, or email our customer service and we send you the link for basic 8-point star. This star is 6-inch finish, so I'm gonna give it to you the measurements for this. So 1 3/4 width, 1 3/4 when you slide your ruler and you cut diamond. For 1 star, you're gonna need 8 diamonds. I like to do 4 in one color and 4 in a different color. Why? First, it keeps me organized and also gives my design a really fun look. And I'm gonna remind you how it keeps me organized, because we're gonna be doing left unit and a right unit and a left unit. And if I do different diamonds, I know which one is the left and which one is the right. So it keeps me nicely organized. So just a little practice piece. Once I cut my diamonds, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my background pieces. And for the background pieces, and I have my little cheater little sheet right here, I cut a small half square triangle at 2 1/8, and then I cut a bigger half square triangle, and this one is at 2 5/8. So 2 5/8, 2 1/8. All right, 2 1/8, 2 5/8. So bigger one, smaller one. Once I have them cut, I know I'm gonna have to make right side and a left side to create 1/4 of my block. Okay, 1/4 of my block, and I'm gonna need 4 of them for the whole block. I focus on 1/4, and normally I would have this different color and this different color. This is what I'm talking about, that it's gonna keep you organized, that your left is a different color. I ran out of scraps, and I was like, the girls will understand, so don't pay attention to this color, just imagine it's this one, all right? So, but now, how do I make this unit? I'm gonna take my diamond, I'm gonna take my half square triangle, I'm gonna place it right sides together, beautifully like this. I'm gonna perfectly match right here. Yes, am I positioning this nice, Michael,
Yes,
so you can
okay.
show it to the girls? Then I'm gonna go ahead and put a pin in it right there in the middle. I make sure that my point right here matches perfectly. Right here I have a little bit of an overlap sticking out. This is good. Okay, this is how this is supposed to look. I'm gonna stitch from the top straight down. All right, let me show you how it looks when you stitch. As soon as you stitch, it's gonna look like this. I'm going to open, and I am going to open the seam in the back. Plus the blue doesn't peek from behind the light, but also I need as least bulk as possible for this technique. Now I have my second step, and don't get confused and turn something wrong with this triangle. Always lay it in front of you, and what I do is I chainsaw 4 of those, because I need a 4 for 1 block, and then I go ahead and align everything in front of me, and then go ahead and stitch. All that I'm gonna do is take this and match it perfectly to the corner. You are welcome, if you would like to trim those bunny ears, and look at that, how much better this is gonna look. I want to show you. Look at this. Look at this, how much better it looks when you trim it, and how much easier it is to match it up. Can you sew it without trimming? Yes, you can, but I just thought you maybe like to know this tip. Right there, match perfectly. We're now gonna be stitching right here. You can start from the bottom, go to the top, or from the top go down to the bottom. Either way is fine, but before I stitch, before I do anything, I would put a pin in the middle again, so I have a room to position my needle and my foot of my sewing machine, and I can beautifully stitch, pull that pin, and nothing is shifting here, so I get a nice result. And I can tell you, last night Michael was watching Survivor, cheering on who is gonna win, and I was stitching that, and the second I didn't pin, something shifted. Okay, so remember, pin, pin, and pin. All right, as soon as you finish, you're gonna have a unit like this. And if I didn't trim it before, I would have been trimming right now, okay, before I go ahead and open this seam allowance right here. Let me open this up, and I'm gonna just finger press. I didn't bring the iron and plugged it in today for you guys, but open it up, feel it, touch it. Great tip right here, not too bulky, and this is the right side to the unit, okay, to a quarter of the block. Now how do I make this side? Exact the same, except it's mirror image. So I'm gonna have my small triangle on the opposite side, big triangle on opposite side. All here is straight grain, so on the outside you have a beautiful straight grain, block is not stretching. All that we're gonna do is place those two together. Most important is to match this right here, all right? I want to match this point, and did you see how I placed them together? And now take a pin, push it through, okay? Check, did it come out through the seam? And you can go ahead on the angle, put your pin if you wanted to. And this is lately has been so helpful, because look at this. As soon as I bend that pin, something has shifted here. Don't like that, okay? I want everything perfectly matching. And lately I have been using my little clip in the middle, okay, because now it's holding exact the spot. I can start stitching, pull this away, and keep stitching to finish it up. The most important is this: if something is not matching exact, it's gonna be okay, but here you're going to see it. So we want to make sure that it matches perfectly there. All right, as soon as you finish, you're gonna have a quarter of the block. What am I going to do? I'm going to open the seam, okay? And I am going to make 4 of them. I'm gonna line them up to create my block, and then I'm gonna sew this to this, open the seam, this to this, open the seam, and then sew right through here, making sure that I pin, and pin to get a wonderful transition, and every seam is open on the back of my block. So this is how you do your 8-point star with half square triangle, no Y seams. But I can tell a lot of you girls are very traditional, and you like to do a 8-point star the traditional way using Y seam. What? I'm wrong? Is everybody back there saying, no, we don't like this, we want to be doing it your way with half square triangle? It's not just my way. This is very common in quilting industry. You can use the half square triangle instead of doing the Y seam. But I want to show you how I do Y seams. So if I am working on a 8-point star and I'm going to be using Y seams, that means there will not be any longer extra seams right here. Look at the difference. There is a seam, no seam, and no seam. I love to share with you how I do this technique. I'm gonna do it really fast. I have a nice big video on basic 8-point star on our YouTube channel, and again, we can put that link for you, maybe make a little blog, or email us. It's so simple to find. Just go Laundry Basket Quilts YouTube channel, watch video, gives me thumbs up. I also taped the video with Fat Quarter Shop for basic 8-point star. You can see this technique. But for today, just to show you, if you're doing it with just regular squares and triangles, for here, the difference is, for here, we need a square, and this square, I want to check, yes, it is 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Diamonds, exact the same size, 1 3/4 on 45-degree angle cut. But this corner, instead of half square triangles, we cutting just a square at 2 1/4. Okay, then for this area, the difference is no half square triangle. You have to have quarter square triangles. Why? Because there is a bias here and you want to keep the bias on the inside, not here. If you cut half square triangle, this is gonna stretch, your block will not lay flat, you're gonna be calling me because you're not gonna be happy with it, and you're gonna be keep pressing like a pancake, and it's not gonna happen. You have to cut it right. You need a quarter square triangle for this area. The size is 3 3/4. 3 3/4 for a quarter square triangle. Now I already started my block. I first put my quarter square triangles in. How did I do that? I first started by sewing 2 diamonds together. I started the point, stop and back stitch. Then I sew 2 diamonds to 4 diamonds. So all that I did, put 2 more diamonds over, stitched it, and I created that center star by sewing the 2 halves together. Okay, very simple. Another big video on that, just that part. But just one more time, the folding. Okay, then I have to set in my background. I always start with triangles, and what I do is I take a point, I pull it back just this way. Look at this. I pull it back to this spot where I left it 1/4 inch away from the sides. Okay, I didn't stitch all the way. I left a room so I can set in triangle. I'm gonna take a triangle, I'm gonna place it right sides together, perfectly match, and then I let this little bit overlap. So you're gonna see that little point of triangle will overlap just gently, and you can mark it for yourself. 1/4 inch from here. It's someplace right here. You can use a pin to hold the spot where there is a 1/4 inch point, because you're gonna be stitching from here straight down to that point, back stitch, and look what I do. I push this back, take it out of my sewing machine, push it back, and then start stitching, lock the stitches, and finish stitching this way. I'm gonna hold it this way. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm focusing. So look at you, you have your diamond here. I'm only focusing on those 2 pieces together and only focusing for stitching from here to the point, back stitch, flip this back, start from the top, finish. Incredible. You're gonna have gorgeous Y seams. I guarantee you. Cut it right, use fresh for crisp for your spray, and then you're gonna have a wonderful Y seam and triangles. Now, how do I do the square? I fold my block in half, I pull gently the point. Look what I have. What shape do I have here? A lovely square. So all that I'm gonna do is take a square, place it right over. I'm gonna match from this side right here straight down to this fold, and I can feel the fold. Look at the fold is right here. This is my Y seam at this point. So I will take my pin, slide it this way, and pin it right at that point, because I know that I'm gonna stitch from here straight down. Then look at this. I'm only focus on this seam, this part. I'm not worried about what's going on here. If this is opening for you, take a butterfly pin and pin it to hold that star in half. It's so much easier to work with it when it's folded and pinned in half, or you can take one of your cute clips and clip it. But now I'm gonna take this part, push it out of my way, away, and I'm gonna start up at this point and stitch straight down to finish it up to get a beautiful, let me open this, to get a beautiful square set in. When I finish my triangles, I wanted to show you this again. When I finish triangles, I open and it's very important. All my seams are going one direction. My center is open and all the seams are going towards my star. Then when I put my squares in, I do the same thing. Seams are going, so nothing is fighting here. This is the Y seam right here, and you're gonna push it and you're gonna have a nice square. And I have to tell you, it lays quite nice. Look at this. Now you have two options you can choose from. It is nice for you to practice a basic 8-point star. Now you have a 6-inch, 6-inch. If you have to watch this video over and over, write your measurements down. I'm not gonna put this as a pattern. This is the only way how you're gonna get those measurements. Slow things down, stop. You can watch it. You know now the measurements, what you need for this block, what we need for this block. Practice each, and you're gonna be ready, set, go for any 8-point star and any Y seams or regular seams. If the Y seams are not coming nice, your star is buckling, if it's making like a little puff, that means let's look at the measurements, the cutting, your 1/4 inch. Now you can check, did I matched it right on the outside and figured it out. But the 1/4 inch seam allowance would have quite a bit to do if your stars is coming nice or not. Do we have any questions for today?
We do, and a lot of people also are just commenting saying, thank you so much for these tips. They are invaluable. And
I love that.
And also there was another one that had said she marks points, that helps. And then also, which you always talk about the importance of that, mark your points. And then also, I wanted to let you know, we have someone new for the first time, Cornelia, saying hi from a German quilter in Denmark.
Oh, hi Cornelia,
Yeah.
nice to meet you, and thank you so much for joining for our live show. We do have acrylic templates for 6-inch star on our website, but that's a nice little surprise for you guys. But I think Erin has a really cute surprise for you too this week, don't you, Erin? I think you had something prepared for Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, and we've prepared quite a few kits on sale, taking us through the weekend and Memorial Day. So a lot of them actually Edyta did show today, but I am dropping the link into our comments section so you guys and gals can go ahead and click on that link and you can shop, and there's no code needed. That's the best part. You just add it to your cart and you will see that discount automatically applied when you do so. So take a look at those. It's going to be a lot of red and light kits, blue and light kits, and red, white, and blue kits. So those are wonderful. We do have a quick question, and Tina had joined us for our Pinehurst mini Pinehurst class, and she was wondering, since the one you were doing was 6 inches, can we add that star to our tree and house from Saturday?
Oh, see, you can add anything to your quilt. You're gonna have to look it up, the size of your block. There may be a little sashing that you have to give it to on 2 sides, because I think I would have to look at back the measurements of the little house when we removed 2 trees. Remember, we took 2 trees out and we put a little house with a trim. I think it's pretty close. So this block is 6 inch. For sure, you can add that star to your birthday blocks. If you're still working on it, finish up your birthday blocks, and they were 6 inch. So definitely there. But when you're making quilts, and I showed you this during the class, and I think with our mystery quilt, those answers gonna be incredible, because I feel it is mystery to you. How can I do this? Can I add a border? How do I do it? Can I make it bigger? Can I fit this? With our mystery quilt, every single week I'm gonna tap into something different about changing the size of a block, the borders, things like that. I do not want to spoil it. I have so much fun prepared for you. I think it's going to be our best mystery ever. Please join us in. I can't believe it how many of you joined us last year, the year before. During COVID, over 30,000 girls tune in to do a mystery. It is worth it. Come on, join us in. We're gonna have a great time. If you needed some treat for your Memorial Day weekend, I want to remind you we have a beautiful strawberries. And now I'm gonna ask you some question. We have great little door prizes. Was this all that I saved for door prizes, Erin?
I think you had put something over there. Did you already
Yes.
move it back over?
Yes, I did. So
Okay, so a little kit. Yep.
kit, jelly rolls, and I added a cute little charm box for you guys.
Love
If
that.
you need a special pair of socks for 4th of July reunion, maybe you want to go head to our website. We have those as well. And I noticed we put here something super special. It's rainbow, but it goes great with our lovely fabrics. But those are embroidered threads if anybody is interested, and they have a little sparkle into it. And I always love a little rainbow if you like the embellishment and adding things to it. We have those on our website as well. So those are just few things that we prepare for you, but I know you are ready to ask more questions and you want to see the trunk show. First quilt, of course, we want to once again for just a moment this weekend, please remember how special it is that we live in such an incredible country, that we are free, and there are someone have laid a life for this country and allow us to enjoy every day. So that's our Memorial Day weekend quilt. I love the Made in USA quilt. I have brought for you guys this antique quilt. I've showed you this one before, but I couldn't help myself. It's one of my newest ones, and I just love how pretty and simple it is. And you can look at this design. We will have a pattern that will come out, simple rectangle, and then rectangle made from scraps. Some of them are a little crooked, some are very small, some are pieced together to make a full strip to be able to make this rectangle. Isn't that lovely? I'm actually changing my quilt a little bit in the colors. I can't wait to show you what I'm doing with mine. This one is so soft. I really, really like this quilt.
I want to give a quick shout out
Yes.
to Susan, who just gave us a donation on YouTube.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. We always try to get something nice for the studio so that way we can do better and better job with our virtual classes and our presentations to you. And thank you so much for the donation. This is a beautiful quilt. I love the size. It's a little bit larger stars. I am working on making the stars smaller because we had requests for table runners and a little bit more like a smaller strips. And you know me, I love like Made in USA, the regular size, or Made in USA, the mini one. So this one is a gorgeous Liberty Star, and I quilted it with feather design. The border around it is from our it was Cocoa Blue collection. Very fun and exciting. I add this border to so many gorgeous quilts. I have a new piece that it's coming out, a border like this with my Christmas collection. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful in red and green. So should be fun for the holidays. Now I told you about the cranberry chain quilt, how simple and fun it is to add little 9 patches to it in blue. So red, blue together, and it is merely fun patriotic quilt. And this one is very scrappy, very fun. Just reuse your leftovers. Those strips are 2.5 inch. We do have kits for all different color options for this quilt. Now, Erin, do we have any questions for me?
We do, and I think you have a question for us as well.
Yes, because we want to win. So why don't we do a contest?
Yes.
I ask you guys questions.
And then I'll ask you
then,
one.
yes, and with every quilt, I'm going to ask you a question. So my first question for you is, you know, for our virtual class, we did this last time. When we finished the class, we ask you that you have 30 days to submit your pictures of your finished quilt. So what is the and we asked you with this class, with the mini Pinehurst, can you tell me the date that you have until that you have to submit pictures of your finished quilt? Who knows that? Who paid attention during the class and who knows it? Look at this, how gorgeous it is. So what I would do is I look at quilts like this. I look at this area, and if this is 6.5, I right away think of pre-cut quilter's dozen because they're 6-inch finish, and I can put stars in red in area like this, so that way my quilt, and if I would do add a star here, all that I would do is just finish with a little bit extra sashing to finish up the space. Next time I'm making this quilt, I'm definitely adding stars in red in those areas. Oh, do we have answers for our question already?
We do.
I love that.
And
you guys pay attention. I'm really happy with that.
And I can tell also there were so many people in our class on Saturday. So thank you to each and every one of you that joined us. That question was, what is the last date to submit your photos of your completed project from our Mini Pinehurst class last Saturday? And the answer is June 17th. And our winner is Julie Masak.
Oh, Julie, congratulations. Yes, May 17 is your date that you have until to show us a picture of your finished quilt top. You do not have to quilt it. I know sometimes takes longer because you send the quilt by the time you come back, but as soon as you finish quilt up, please send us a picture and we will include you in our wonderful contest. And again, you're gonna win a nice prize. And our first person that answered won the pillow. Did we already have an answer for the first one? Yes.
Yep. Yeah, it was Julie.
Julie. So Julie, you're gonna win the pillow, and our second person that answered is gonna win the jelly roll. Erin, you have to keep me organized.
I will,
got
girl.
so
Don't you worry.
excited about this quilt.
I got your back.
Yeah, I'm looking at this quilt and I loved it when I made it first time. You can just reuse any blue strips and scraps to make this area, but I thought to myself, in these plain areas, why not adding a row of stars from this pre-printed patchwork fabric? So much fun. You could add big red flowers if you wanted, but if I have a printed fabric with gorgeous 8-point stars, why not? We only have a little bit of this left. If you want it, we specially printed for our studio. You cannot buy this anywhere else this size because I custom had it printed tiny bit smaller. So go to our website and enjoy it. This is how you change a blue and white quilt to patriotic quilt by just sprinkling a little bit of love into it with red fabrics. Now, do we have answer for our question?
Well, we need to ask another one, but I have a question for you, actually.
Yes.
We did have Teresa write in, and she's wondering, will Christmas fabrics work for the mystery?
Yes, absolutely. Now, when you said that, actually, it would be gorgeous. Yeah, we do. It would be a good idea. I am going to color one with maybe one of our older collection. Right now, the only group that we have is our Joy. Yes.
Yeah.
And we do have some fat quarter bundles of that. So just remember, you will need 2 fat quarter bundles because you need a half yard. I don't think we have many half yards left, but I'm gonna color the quilt in Joy to give you an inspiration. You can use any fabrics, but as we start making the quilt, you're gonna see areas where you can change the green and red, and then your quilt will speak holidays, you ready for Christmas. And it would be like Christmas when we finish because it is beautiful. And the quilt is 90 inches by 90 inches. It's nice big size, and Erin remind me that we wanted to do it also in Christmas fabric. Great idea. Thank you for sharing that with us. If you do the quilt, reverse the color and do a light background, dark background, and do the design in light, would be so modern, so beautiful
Ooh.
too. You can go that way as well. Now, we have, do we have a winner?
We need to ask a question.
Another question. Okay, so Jelly Roll, we already gave it away, and it's our...
No,
Yeah?
we've only done one question.
One question.
Yes,
Oh,
so we're on
right.
number 2.
Ah, look at this. I am so excited for today. So, for our Jelly Roll, our second question, oh, this is great question. Erin prepared some questions for me, so I wouldn't get lost in space. But I'm getting already lost with all these beautiful quilts.
Well, and you're pulling some out that we haven't looked at them. I'm distracted too. They're
Yes.
gorgeous. So.
Yeah, I just pulled this one. Like, I love this quilt. So my question for you guys: how many bags designs did I show you today? This one is a tricky one. How many bag
Kits.
Kits? We're doing kits.
Yeah. How many?
How many? Yeah.
No.
How many bag designs
Yeah.
did I showed you today in the show? How many bag designs did I showed you today? Okay. So that's the question. You know how many, Erin? Yes.
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 Yeah.
Show me your feet. The girl's gonna see it.
Yeah. Mike, don't put the camera on me. No, I'm just kidding.
This quilt
No, I'm kidding.
is all the quilt. It's in blue and light. The pattern is in our book, Friendship Strips and Scraps, and it calls Candy Necklace. It's a traditional, beautiful design. It's perfect for scraps. And I brought this one because I thought sometimes many times I look at the light where I can put low red. But what about replacing some units? Like, for example, those 9 patches that are exact the size that you can replace it with low stars. So right there, you can cut out the stars, put it in here, and you have beautiful chain of blue patches meeting it right here into a red star. Can you replace this area right here? Absolutely. It would be a little bit more work because it's larger, so you would have to add a sashing to it and maybe another little square, but it's possible too. So when I look at quilts, I look at that area that are easy to replace. Notice though, you could replace this area or this area because those units are exact same. The exact same, this and this, and putting a star here and here, I think that's what I would do. That would make this quilt so lovely. I really enjoy this quilt. It's beautiful. It's made with Snowbird collection that I designed many years for Moda. Now, if you want, this quilt is wonderful as well. And notice that this is a free pattern on our website. And look at this. With this one, you can take area like this and put red onto it. So that way you have that big blue star. And here you could have some of those smaller stars. You don't always have to use the stars. You could use strips right here. So a scrappy panel, strippy panel, light, dark strips, light and the red ones. Cut a triangle out of it and place it in here, and it would create a secondary design. Free pattern on our website if you would like this one.
And we have a winner
We
for
do?
our question. Yes,
This
we
is
do.
fantastic.
So we have, so the question was, how many different Go Girl totes did we show today?
Yeah.
And we had a total of 3.
Yes.
So we showed 3 of them. That question was answered correctly on Facebook by Tina Little. So congratulations, Tina.
Tina, that was a tricky question, but you paid attention. I showed one bag and then I showed 2 kits that are available. And yes, you deserve the best jelly roll ever. We will be shipping it to you. Please make sure for all the winners, send us your addresses so that way we know where to ship it. But I have one more question for you. Speaking of pre-printed panels, when is ending our contest for our Dahlia pre-printed panel, and somebody is gonna win a gorgeous little charm pack from Lighthouse Collection, as I'm showing you the bear quilt. I love this quilt. It's so pretty. Nice big blocks. Again, I would have been using something like this to add it here in a red. Have lovely areas coming this way, and it would look like an Irish chain. If I add those reds, it would be just wonderful. This is a beautiful design. Those strips are 2.5, nice, big, bulky, but perfect for a summer beach house or lake house bed. This one is just beautiful. I need to make this one again. And this one I made it with another collection that I designed for Andover. So lovely. Now, do we have an answer?
Well, I was actually going to say, can you ask the question once more?
We have a contest with our pre-printed Dahlia panel. What is the month that contest finishes up?
Okay, so they just need the month.
The month.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. All righty, so we actually do have a winner then. And that winner is, actually, yes, it was here. Dixie Phillips.
Oh, Dixie, congratulations. You just won a charm pack. It is so cute. And that contest finishes in September. So you're going to have until September to submit pictures for us with your projects made with our Dahlia pre-printed stars. Many of you already sending the pictures. We just posted the link. We're adding them to the website gallery. You can go ahead to our website, start looking at them. Then we're gonna be voting who wins. Then we're gonna have judging. It's gonna be wonderful, just like we did it last year. We extended from the spring to the fall because so many of you wanted to do this, and we had to wait for the fabric. It was reprinted just for us. The fabric is coming in beginning of June, so we're gonna start shipping those, and you guys can get right into work making beautiful projects and winning and beautiful door prizes. So congratulations to all our winners. Now, Erin, do we have any questions for me today?
Yes, we had one last question,
Love.
and it was from Rhonda, and she was wondering, will the Star Bright BOM quilt pattern be available after the once the BOM is over?
Yes, we're gonna make that pattern available, maybe even sooner than before the end of the block of the month. So we're wrapping up all the plans for all of the blocks of the month, and usually after first 3 months we're gonna start releasing those patterns, so that way all our, especially international customers that cannot join us for blocks of the month and they bought the fabrics, they can go ahead and get the pattern and make those beautiful designs. And I cannot tell you guys how thankful I am for all your generous, kind comments. And please keep doing me a favor. Go on Instagram right after the show, repost our videos, share with others. We so much appreciate that you do that, and spread a good word about Laundry Basket Quilts. And if we don't have any more questions, I want to thank you so much for a wonderful show, and finish the show with our last quilt from the trunk show. This one is a large version of the Virginia Star. We have it in 3 sizes. We have it in the mini, so it's like a table topper, 28 by 28. We have it in this size, and then we also have it in extra large, what is the jelly roll size. So this strips 1.5 inch finish, the jelly roll, of course, the 2-inch finish. So we have multiple sizes. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I wish you happy quilting and many stars and no white seams. Happy quilting.
Bye, everyone.